Good evening and thank you for joining us. 2 people are dead and a Cold Lake man is facing multiple charges after a hit and run just outside of the community early Saturday morning. As Clayton Brown explains, the accident happened on Highway 55 just west of the city.
A woman from Fishing Lake was walking along Highway 55 when she was hit by a vehicle driven by a Cold Lake man. While paramedics were on scene, a second vehicle drove through the accident site, hitting and killing the first victim and the driver of the first vehicle.
The first collision did involve the 2 deceased people. One was struck by the other, and the people had stopped to offer assistance, and while they were offering that assistance, the second vehicle came through the accident scene, striking both.
The collision took place just past Kathy Erlacher's driveway. She says she never heard the accident, but did happen to wake up shortly after.
And I got up about 3:30 and just saw the lights from the police cars, and it was super foggy, so that was pretty much all we saw was the lights from the cars.
The driver fled the scene immediately, but then Saturday evening, a 20-year-old male turned himself in to Cold Lake RCMP, and he has since been released on bail.
The charges at this point are 2 counts of failure to remain at the scene of an accident causing death, as well as dangerous driving causing death ×2.
Visibility was reduced at the time due to heavy fog. Police believe weather conditions were a factor, but can't say if alcohol was involved.
There's tests that have to be done, and there's a considerable amount of work that we're still doing, but we can't confirm one way or the other with respect to alcohol.
The 20-year-old Cold Lake man will appear in court on June 13th. In Cold Lake, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
Today marks the beginning of Sexual Assault Awareness Week, and there's a new campaign underway in the border city that's sure to grab your attention. Elise Cox has the story.
Don't Be That Guy is a controversial campaign that the Lloydminster Sexual Assault and Information Center is promoting in local bars.
We're trying to target the crowd that frequents the bars in the community, so that 18 to 25-year-old crowd.
The campaign aims to shift the focus on assaulters rather than women.
We've often heard things like girls cover your drinks, girls don't wear low-cut shirts to the bar, and now we're asking potential perpetrators to make a choice, that they have responsibility for the choices that they make and they have responsibility for their actions.
But getting bars to agree to these controversial posters was challenging at times.
So there was a little bit of resistance here and there, but overall there's been great support in this community for the Don't Be That Guy campaign.
And with partnership from the RCMP, they want to educate young adults about sexual assault.
We're hoping that we raise awareness about what consent is. So consent is a yes from both individuals, and that you can't actually give your consent legally when you're under the influence. So we need to be really, really careful.
Sexual activity without consent is sexual assault, and that's a criminal offense. So people that do engage in that certainly open themselves up to criminal charges. 1 in 3 women or 1 in 6 men have been sexually assaulted, and very few instances are reported.
This is a community effort. We want people to be talking about sexual assault, and we want people we want to increase awareness of sexual violence in this community.
Elise Cox, Newcap News.
The Slim Thorpe Recovery Center received a substantial donation from the Nelson Foundation and the Rotary Club today. A little over $11,000 was given to the Drug Rehabilitation Center, and the support is greatly appreciated.
What we've done with dollars like this is we've set up a bursary where monies will go directly to the treatment of someone, to help them finish a program or to get enrolled in a program.
And representatives from the Rotary Club were more than happy to contribute.
Slim Thorpe's been in the community a long time and has provided incredible service for addiction recovery. I think everyone pretty well in the community knows of somebody who has been supported through the Slim Thorpe.
The funds from the donation will be used primarily to create an adolescent craft room and furnishing the on-site chapel. Recycling is something municipalities encourage, but what about hazardous waste that can't go through the regular process? Well, there is a solution. For the 23rd year, the exhibition grounds held a hazardous waste roundup. Carrie McCullough tells us all about the important event started by a very inspiring lady.
It was a busy day for the volunteers rounding up hazardous waste. Citizens pull up in their vehicle in drive-through style, and any materials are carefully extracted and sorted accordingly.
People bring their unwanted paint and any kind of electronics and stuff and bring it over here, and we just try to recycle it and clean up keep our city clean.
From paint to oil to all sorts of different chemicals. There are so many materials, one day a year to recycle these items might not be enough.
The amount of stuff you see that comes in here is so tremendous, and this is just a one-day-a-year thing. Think what we'd have that wouldn't be going into the landfill if we had a permanent. I would be ecstatic, I'll tell you.
Jean started the Roundup 23 years ago with only 7 volunteers. This year there are 45. Jean's vision has inspired many.
Well, Jean Sloan's been looking after this from the day one. Like, she was probably one of the ones that instigated it at the start. And I represent the Moose Lodge, which we come out and support the city and whatever we can do. And she's just an awesome lady, and we come here to help her and support her.
Jean is actively trying to get the cities and provinces to support the cause and open depots for consistent recycling.
We need a whole series of depots right across the West. The sooner the better, because we must stop poisoning our planet.
Carrie McCullough, Newcap News.